You can't come for me when I say things that you don't want to hear. Hi friends, I'm Emily. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a video that you all requested on my Twitter, so you can't get mad at me for what I'm going to say because you asked for it. I'm going to be doing a little unpopular opinion video, and in honor of Endgame, it's going to be unpopular opinions about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't know necessarily how unpopular my opinions are. I feel like I kind of keep to myself in the same like little obscure corner of the fandom, and everybody that I'm like is in that corner with me. We all kind of share the same opinions, so I can't really gauge how unpopular these are, but I guess we'll find out. I feel like most of these opinions are, if anything, if they're not unpopular, they're definitely like gonna get some heat, I feel like. So yeah, just a friendly reminder that we can all have our own opinions. You don't have to agree with me. I literally have no influence over the head honchos at Marvel, so it's not like what I think or feel does anything. So with that being said, let's just dive into it, shall we? My first unpopular opinion about the Marvel Cinematic Universe is that the decision to go with the Ultimate storyline was the worst decision ever. I admittedly have not read many of the comics. In my opinion, it completely ruined some of my favorite characters, which leads into my second opinion, which is that Clint Barton, aka my main man Hawkeye, he had all of the potential in the world, and giving him that stupid farm family just like ruined him. It ruined him as a character. It really did. I don't know how Jeremy Renner slept at night knowing he had to deliver this bullshit, but you know, he's a braver man than I ever could possibly hope to be. I just remember the promo for Age of Ultron and him being like, oh yeah, this is like Clint's movie to shine, and like you're gonna find out so much about him, blah 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 blah. And then you watch the movie and it's literally just like, oh surprise, he has a wife and kids, and that's it. Like they don't, like I did not learn anything new about Clint Barton that like contributed to his character and made me care more about him. Like thank God I already did in the 5 minutes he had in Avengers, because like if I didn't, this movie surely to God wouldn't have made me care. And like I understand why people don't like Clint Barton, because Kevin Feige and Joss Whedon and whoever the fuck else decided, oh yeah, let's give him a family. Y'all didn't help your case any. And it was all because Joss Whedon wanted to shove something down my throat that I did not ask for. Nobody asked for it. Nobody. Not a single person. Joss Whedon just... Age of Ultron. I don't get it. Like, why did I have to... Like, why? Why? I hated it, and honestly, I just pretend that they don't exist. Next opinion also ties in with the trail we're going down, which is that Age of Ultron was literally the worst movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe thus far. Chris Hemsworth himself could not have said it any better, and it was that he had no idea what the hell was going on, and you know, I didn't either. Like, it all felt like a bad dream. Like, I felt like I had done some really bad acid and then gone into the movie theater and just like tripped out. It was bad. It was so bad. Who at Marvel told Joss Whedon this was a good movie? They ruined everybody's character in that movie. Like, everybody sucked. Everybody was completely out of character. What was the plot? Sure, Ultron lifted Sokovia up into the air and was gonna drop it and make everybody go extinct, but like, honestly, there was not the same fear struck in my heart the same way it was when Loki sent down all the Chitauri from space. Like, it didn't live up to the hype at all. It sucked. I have not watched Age of Ultron since I went and saw it in theaters. Only 2 people on this entire planet like that movie and would still probably advocate for that movie, and their names are Joss Whedon and Mark Ruffalo. My next unpopular opinion is that Thor: The Dark World was not a bad movie. You guys are just mean. The cinematography, like, Asgard is such a beautiful place, and I think they have always done a marvelous, pun totally intended, job on just like how beautiful it is there. And like when Frigga dies and they have the send-off for her, like that scene is magical. It looks like it belongs in a Disney princess movie, okay? It's beautiful. Sure, it's not great, it's not, you know, world changing, and yeah, the villains are elves, but like, I think people just don't like it because of how it's paced. Like, it feels like nothing really happens, but stuff does happen, and like, it's not poorly written in my opinion, like other movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Age of Ultron, but like, it was fine. Like, personally, I prefer Thor: The Dark World any day over the first Thor. Next unpopular opinion is that nothing about either of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies have been memorable for me. They were fine for the 2 hours that I sat and I watched them, but like, I don't actively seek out a Guardians movie if I'm going to watch something from Marvel. I don't know. There's something about them that I don't like. Which is weird because I love the prospect of going into space and aliens and, you know, all of the fun that you can have with that, but something about Guardians of the Galaxy it didn't leave a lasting impression for me. My next unpopular opinion is that the Marvel Cinematic Universe pays actual literal dust to the female characters. And I'm not talking like, you know, Black Widow and Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel. I'm talking like Maria Hill. I'm talking Lady Sif. I'm talking Jane Foster. I am talking Darcy Lewis. Where is the justice for those four? Sure, they might not have had the same writing and development and love poured into them that they could have had, but had they had it, they would have been fantastic. And what does Marvel do? Just kicks them back into, you know, it irritates me to no end how Marvel has treated its female characters. Like, how many years have we been lobbying for a Black Widow movie? A lot. And they're just now rumored to be giving it to us. Like, that's a bunch of, it irritates me. It frustrates me, it irritates me. The women in the MCU deserve so much better than what they continually get. And I am just so thankful that we have movies now like Captain Marvel that is showing the head honchos that yes, we can do it. It's worth the time and the money, and y'all fucking suck. Thank you so much. My next unpopular opinion. What was the point of Pietro Maximoff? He was there. Him and Wanda, they messed some shit up, going off at Clint many, many times to get his rocks off. And then they decided they were gonna be Avengers, I guess. And then he got shot saving Clint, which thank you, Pietro, for your service. But like, all they did was bring him on to die. The Quicksilver in the X-Men movies, way better. So much better. At Joss Whedon, I have questions for you.
I have questions for you. Number one.
My next unpopular opinion, I don't think it's very unpopular. I think it's rather popular, but I just need to say it. Bruce and Natasha had literally zero chemistry. I have more chemistry with the tripod that is holding my camera. That was the dumbest decision anybody could have made. At all. Like, Joss Whedon just did that to fulfill some kind of fantasy that literally nobody cared about. So fuck you, Joss Whedon. Fuck you. While we're on the topic of Natasha Romanoff and her relationships, my next unpopular opinion I feel like will get me killed. We're veering into that territory now. I don't see Steve and Natasha as a couple, like, at all. I don't know what you guys are seeing. I don't see it. I think they have sibling-esque banter. I don't see any romantic context to their relationship. I think a lot of it comes from the fact that in Winter Soldier, Natasha kissed Steve so that Rumlow wouldn't like shank their asses on an escalator. I think that's just where that kind of comes from. And then the fact that Chris and Scarlett have done like 900 movies together, but I just don't see it. Like, they're not No. There is not any romantic chemistry there that I see. Like, I just don't see it. Like I said, this is a part of the video where I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate, but I don't care. There were no redeeming qualities to Loki in the first Avengers movie. I know some people root for the bad guy, which you do you know, you do you. But like, that's not me. Found it very hard to see how anybody could like Loki in the first Avengers movie. It like shocked me because it was like, this guy is the definition of evil. How do you like him? And I mean, like in Thor: The Dark World and Ragnarok, you know, he was fine. He was fine. I liked him in those movies. But like in Avengers 1, I just like hate him. I want to take that scepter and whack him upside the head like a piñata. He needs a shower and to wash his hair desperately and a major attitude check. My next unpopular opinion. Why do we all like Bucky so much? Where did I miss this entire fandom just being like, yes, Bucky forever? I mean, he was great in the first Avenger. He's fine. And then in Winter Soldier, you know, that was a great plot twist. Is it because Sebastian Stan is an attractive man? Like, is that it? Is that why we all like Bucky so much? Is it because he's like the tortured soul? Like, he's the long lost member of the 1975. Like, is that it? Is that why we all like Bucky? I'm personally like just like indifferent towards him. Like, he is always at the back of my mind. Can somebody please explain this to me? My next unpopular opinion is that Civil War had a lot of hype and did not live up to it at all. I went and saw it like 3 times and I was like, for what? Like, it was not as good as it could have been. I play devil's advocate a lot in my mind because I always try to give the things that I love the benefit of the doubt, which is probably a fatal character flaw, but whatever. And like I said, I watched Civil War 3 times, and every time I watched it, it was just like, wait a minute. Why are they fighting over this? It's like train tracks, right? They're parallel. You've got 2 plot lines going on, and they cross at some point. I get that, but like for me, there was never like the aha moment. Like, I never had that at all. I had really, really high expectations for Civil War, and it just didn't do it for me at all. It's like 2 girls in middle school, and they get in a fight over something like really trivial, like, oh my god, you texted my boyfriend. And then everybody in the friend group has to pick sides. And I'm speaking from personal experience right now. My final unpopular opinion for this video is one that I don't like to say because it makes it more real. But I feel like after the Marvel Cinematic Universe became like a thing, and it was like cool to like the Marvel movies, and it was cool to go see them, and like it wasn't like a nerdy thing. It was like, oh, like everybody does it. I feel like just the movies as a whole got very lazy, especially right after Avengers. Because Avengers was this huge, it was this massive success in the box office. Like, I remember the first time I saw a Marvel movie was in the 8th grade on our end of the year field trip. Like, we went to go see the Avengers. Like, that was you did it, you survived, now you're going to high school celebration. And I feel like that was when things started going, and for a little while, the storytelling and the quality of the films that were being made were good. Like, Winter Soldier was a fantastic movie. Iron Man 3, fantastic movie. But I feel like as you started moving into phase 2 and kind of bordering into phase 3, I hate to say it, Age of Ultron was lazy. It was not good. Like, listen, I will openly admit it. I read a shit ton of fan fiction. And like the fix-it-fix that I read for movies like Age of Ultron, it just is like, it's phenomenal. And I'm like, hello, Marvel, hire these people. They're fantastic. And I feel like as time has gone on, my expectations keep getting higher and higher and higher and higher, and the movies are just not hitting it. Like, I feel like after they hit Civil War, they had got it out of their system, and then they started putting out like good movies again. Infinity War was fantastic. Infinity War did that. Infinity War was that bitch. but I can't ever truly be like disappointed, but it's just like you can do more. You could do more. And I hope that the next, whatever's next, I hope that they do. I hope they keep pushing the bar and that I just love it because I need it in my life. Yeah, those are my unpopular opinions about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What are some of your unpopular opinions about Marvel Cinematic Universe? I would love to hear your thoughts. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button. I make new videos whenever I want to ramble, and lately that has been all the time. All of my social media is in the down bar below. Come be my new internet friend. Love making those. And yeah, I will see all of you guys next time. Take care. Mwah. Love you. Bye.